Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable C. Tawengwa, the Minister of State Security, Honorable Matuke, the Minister of National Housing and Social Amenities, Honorable S. Jemu, as represented by his Deputy Minister Ngube, Deputy Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion, Honorable Kuda Mnangagwa. Other cabinet ministers here present, Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Rushwaya, Secretary for Defense, Comrade A.D. Nepera. Other permanent secretaries here present, Commander Defense Forces, General P.V. Sibanda. Service Chiefs here present, General and Air Officers, Senior Officers, Officers and families here present. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Amusikunyatsa udaira tatenda. Your Excellency, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to this momentous occasion where you are commissioning over 290 houses of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces Ziwarasekwa housing project and the handover of 54 vehicles for use by our defense forces. We are indeed humbled by your undisputed commitment to the welfare of members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces and their families. You have amply demonstrated by taking time off your very busy schedule to officiate this auspicious event. Indeed, your unparalleled propensity for infrastructural development in the country is an indelible hallmark of the Second Republic, brand under your astute and visionary leadership. This commissioning of the Defense Forces housing units, fully funded by Government of Zimbabwe, is not only a case in point, but also a testament of the Second Republic development mantra. Nyika inowakwa, igotongwa, igonamatigwa, igodziwirirwa neweni wayo. The Ministry of Defense celebrates this milestone with utmost grandeur. This journey, Your Excellency, we are gathered here to witness, was an idea which was muted by two wise men. One was the defense minister then, and another was the CDF, who connived some years ago to declare this particular area an asset for the Ministry of Defense. And this, we are talking about 2010. We want to thank them for being bold that time, difficult as it was that time. They came up with the idea with very little support, made supreme sacrifice. The idea was not even supported. invested slowly. Today we witness this marvel, and now it's a big story. Your Excellency, the Ministry of Defense is already reaping the fruits of your vision that time and Vision 2030, underpinned by your development philosophy of leaving no one and no place behind. And under the Second Republic, the ministry has engaged in a number of construction projects across the country. The projects are aimed at improving the living standards of members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces and their families. Such is as espoused by your attainable vision of transforming our economy into a sustainable and prosperous upper middle income status by 2030. This is optimized by NDS1 Pillar 6, which speaks to the provision of quality housing amenities to the citizenry. The housing projects are at various stages of completion, and we are happy that our defense forces are working hard to complete them in no record time. Your Excellency, I must commend you through the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion for rendering financial support to our projects. However, despite the measurable progress, it is worth mentioning that our programs are still encountering a variety of challenges, especially in respect to budgetary support and tools of trade. The funding requirements of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces have proved to be well beyond that what Treasury can ordinarily afford. As a result, the Ministry of Defense has now embarked on a program to leverage on the abundant skills within the Zimbabwe Defense Forces to go full throttle into the construction industry and beyond. In that regard, we wish to thank you most sincerely for allowing us to establish a private construction company that will soon start participating and competing with other established companies in the construction industry. Furthermore, Your Excellency, I'm deeply grateful for the 54 vehicles which you have just commissioned. The vehicles will alleviate the serious transport challenges bedeviling the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. We thank you once again for the magnanimous and timely gesture. On the same note, we also wish to acknowledge your tireless efforts in the modernization of the Defense Forces and in the provision of decent accommodation, health facilities, food rations, and transport. Your defense forces remain resolute in defending our independence, sovereignty, national interest, and protecting our people. Without any further ado, allow me to invite a distinguished strategist, a well-decorated soldier, a true defender of our independence, a fighter in the 4th Chimurenga on economic emancipation, who has saved the nation from a tender age. In post-independence Zimbabwe, he joined the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, rising through the ranks to assume the highest position of Commander Defense Forces. In 2017, he was elevated to be one of the Honorable Vice President of the Second Republic of Zimbabwe and also Second Secretary of ZANU-PF. He has an illustrious career also in government. He served as a Minister of Defense and also Minister of Health at one point. He remained dedicated and resolute in defending gains of the liberation struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, allow me to invite the Honorable Vice President General Retired Dr. CGDN Chiwenga. You have the floor, Honorable Vice President. I thank you.